My name is Walter Ramsey. I'd like to share with you a little bit about me. I was born in January 1st, 1955. Yeah, that calculates out that I probably have kids that are probably older than you. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit share a little about my life and how life just turned around and jackknifed on me. I'd like to share that how you guys, you younger people, should probably be prepared for life's little twists. I know when I graduated in 1974 from high school, upon getting my diploma, I proudly walked up and turned to my parents and all and said, "You will never catch me stepping foot in another freaking school ever again." I was serious. I mean, I had a lot of troubles when I was in high school, and school just wasn't for me. Well, I'm trying to finish my degree here, 60 years old, and I'm looking forward to retirement as a teacher, and high school teacher, which is kind of the twist. And I end up as a teacher. So how did all this happen? Well, I was planning on going in the Navy as soon as I graduated, so I was just never going to go back to school. Went in the Navy, saw the world a little bit, here and there, went to Puerto Rico, went to the Philippines, learned a lot about life, grew up, and in the process, while I was in the service, things happened, one thing after another. Dear John letter came in, girlfriend gone. I got back together with an old friend of mine, and I married her in 1976, and we're still married, 39 years. Best move I ever made. Certainly straightened me out. So in the Navy, in the Seabees, I was heavy equipment operator. I got done there. We were married at that point, and when I was in the service. And upon getting out, then we had our first child. I was doing construction, heavy equipment work, and the jobs just meant traveling and doing a lot of traveling. And it wasn't the family life I wanted to build. So by the time I got around to taking up some courses and doing some classes, I studied to be a machinist using my BA benefits. The benefits helped, and I got to there. My second daughter was there by then, and then we got our house in Upton, and I'm now a machinist, and I turned around and I got a job working at the Waltham watch factory, and they had me put an old machine together, refurbish it. I loved it, and we put it into the Smithsonian Institute. I kind of liked that idea and all, and that just led to another thing. Very shortly after that, I see an ad, a model builder. So this company was looking for someone to come and help them and do that. So I ended up being a model builder, went off and got my electronics. All the time that I'm doing all this, my kids are getting into things, because it's a good family life. And as the family life goes, I did a lot of different things with mine. I got into Girl Scouts. My girls didn't like the knitting and sewing, so we started our own troop. And legitimately, we did other things, but I took them camping. Another guy and I, we had our own thing. We went camping. We did a video. We did a lot of different things with them, other than just sitting around sewing and knitting. My kids are a lot more outgoing than that, and so were his. As we went through there, and then by this time, I was now in a full-fledged model shop. I was not only running the machine shop, but I was a model builder itself. I started developing these new contraptions for this new thing that was going to be the latest rave. Nobody ever really thought it would take off, but somebody said that everybody would have a computer in their own house, and they were going to need them. Well, we started working on different parts for it. I helped develop the mouse. I wasn't the engineer, I just the model builder. I built some models, some prototypes and stuff, and we did some other things, keyboards and other things that we had. And it was interesting work. And the whole time I'm doing that, my boys are now born, and I'm working on that. While I'm doing that, I'm very much into the family, and my boys want to take up t-ball, so I get into t-ball, and next thing I know, I'm following them all the way up, and I turned out following both of my boys all the way up through the whole gamut of baseball. I never did sports when I was a kid, but it was interesting. But I started at first in my true love, and that was, as I didn't know at the time, but it turned out to be my true love, was soccer. And both of my boys loved soccer. We did soccer. One of them ended up being a goalie for a predominant team, and another one was he was the one that was the first guy that saw the goalie. He was right up in the front, and scoring against the goalies. It was kind of interesting. Both of them grew up and ended up in high school doing soccer. When they got to high school, they stopped doing all the town. I followed them, I coached them all the way up through to there. I let them go, and I continued on with my company. Right about now, my company, because the company I was with went under, and we had a problem, and the day I went in and they said, take your tools, you're out of here, we're all done. And the salesman comes up to me and he says, Walter, I just landed a big job. He says, I got it. What do I do? I says, I'll build it at home. So 9.5 years of building them at home and him selling them, it was good. And then after that, it was, hey, now what do I do? Well, things started going bad. You know, model business was a little slow, and economy was down. So I said, I need a part-time job. I went to apply at Blackstone Valley Tech to help out and be a teacher's aide or whatever. Well, when I walked in, one of the teachers that was there, I had her kid in soccer, I think it was, and so, you know, she was like, oh no, you're great with kids, you should just apply for this job here. You got your associate's degree in electronics now, so here, you know, you should just go for the electronics job. So I applied for it, and the next day I was at an interview, and there were 7 teachers there that were interviewing me. One vocational teacher, the head of vocational was there too. Now, him I had never met before, but I sat down with him for a few minutes the day before with a private interview, and he liked me. The head of the department, he was like, do you know electronics? Yeah, I do. So he says, okay, I'll help you get through the test. The other teachers, well, every one of them, I had one or two of their kids in soccer, baseball, Boy Scouts, or whatever else. I never intended to use all those things. I did it for my kids just to be there. As it turns out, it's the best vocation I had, working with kids. I loved it. I've been doing it since 2002. And here's the kid that said, you will never catch me stepping foot in another school ever again. So be careful what you wish for. You never know where life is going to lead you. I kind of like it, and I love the way my life has turned out. And I wish you, all you young kids, I wish you the best. Thank you very much for your time.